That was hard.
Talked about being in that, being in the dunk contest at that age, and being on that stage, showing what you got.
I mean, it was a big moment for my career. One of the biggest moments in my career. I didn't know how big it was then until after. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much my career was over with. You know, being 18, just turned 19. I'm young. I'm just trying to. I had like 4 dunks. That was it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, these motherfuckers don't work, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm practicing these motherfuckers for like a month straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like asking that's where we came up with the idea of the jerseys with I was in the back. I used to always go back there and fuck with Pete and Wally. The head, what is it?
Shout out to Pete and Wally, the trainers.
Shout out to Pete, the trainers. It was a strength and conditioning coach, Pete, and then the head guy was the manager was Wally. Yeah, so we was just coming up with ideas. He was talking about, I think that'd be a cool idea if you did that with the jersey. I'm like, man, that might be a dope idea. So I went on and incorporated that in the routine. So I was like, that was like my last dunk. Well, it was the last dunk that I incorporated, but then I kind of had all the other ones already. So I'm practicing the shit. Then when I get there to the real show, I'm just like, I'm so locked in. I'm like, I just gotta knock my dunks out. And then I remember a year ago, we was at McDonald's All American, and I lost the dunk contest to Candace Parker. so you know, yeah, Candace Parker beat me, J.R. Smith, Rudy Gay. She beat some high flying ass niggas. So I'm just like, I was so power on my dunks. So I dunk that thing and I just go over there and sit down. You know what I'm saying? So they like, man, you got to put some little pizzazz to it. You got to pop your jersey. I'm like, all right, bro. So my whole mindset was trying to figure out what I was gonna do after I dunked. You know what I'm saying? And it was a fun experience though. Being that young, it was in Denver. That was a great experience for me. You know, to be able to experience that All-Star weekend, being that young. Kenyon Martin was down there in Denver. Me and him shared the same agent, so it was another guy that was like my veteran, kind of like on the other team. So I kind of kicked it with him pretty much the whole weekend. It was a fun experience, though.
One thing, man, Bill, I gotta get your opinion on Wemby, Rudy Gobert, and what's going on with the Kings and Mike Brown.
Wemby. I like Wemby.
Yeah,
I like Wemby. Wemby is definitely, he's tough, man. The guy that can shoot threes. That long and athletic, can defend too a little bit with his block shots. The way he protects the rim is crazy.
Yeah,
and the way he moves, being that tall, is unique to watch. Why you ask me about Rudy Gobert?
Because I feel the same way. I'm not a big. I don't think he's a defensive player of the year type of guy.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, yeah, that's tricky. I'm trying to figure it
out. I'm gonna tell you from my end, Smooth. I don't think a team can be successful with Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I don't. That's just my personal opinion.
I call him Rudy Gobert. I call him Rudy Gobert.
You already asked. He said, "Why? Why would you ask me?"
Why you ask me about that?
There's so many good niggas in the league. You gonna say Rudy Gobert? You just trying to set a nigga up, man.
He didn't say about no Shea Gilgeous.
Trying to set a nigga up. Now Ty hell too. Now I see what Ty on now. That was a fool when you slid that one in, bro. Trying to get him, trying to get one in.
All right.
I get what you're saying though, but we ain't even gotta talk about him.
All right, Ben, say less.
That ain't nothing.
Say less. We talking hoops. And you know what I'm saying? Say less.
Let's skip the mic. It's okay, man. Let's talk about Mike Brown, man.
Yeah. I thought with me coaching now, and I actually coach in Sacramento, I thought that was jacked up.
Yeah,
What was jacked
yeah.
up about it though?
I think it was messed up too, man. That man just
Like
didn't he
what?
make it to like the West? He made it. He made it
No, they
He
didn't
was
2
the
make the
years
coach of
ago.
the
What he
playoffs.
year
They
do?
make
last
the, they
year.
make the playoffs
2 years
last
ago,
year.
what he do? 2 years ago, what he do?
2
Well,
years
he made
ago,
the
I think.
playoffs, and he was
He
coach of
made
the
it. He
year.
made it past the second round, didn't he? First round,
No,
didn't he?
no, I think they made the playing game,
Nah, who
and
they didn't they have to play
they didn't. They didn't
Golden State
last.
or something like that in the
They're the
in the,
play-in. They lost. They got a play-in, I think,
No,
or they
Golden
because
State beat them in 7.
Well, guess what? The nigga got an extension. And so, the nigga got fired and he's still finna get paid.
yeah.
They did him
I
dusty.
just
I don't think
I
that
did
the
if they
players
gave him an extension, why would
respect
they
him.
fire him though? You get what I'm
I don't
saying?
Smooth. I don't think their players respected him. Because if your
Why?
star players don't respect you,
they said something
then
about DeRozan. He asked DeRozan to come off the bench or some shit.
But let's be real though. All right, and I love DeRozan to death, right? Everywhere he's went, they haven't won though. And then when he leaves, they win. So like, is it not a crime to ask him to come off the bench?
Hell no, it's
See,
not.
it's
but
never a crime to
but a
ask
Cause like,
players
cause
to
like,
do
respect
anything.
cause
aspect.
like, cause I mean, but I would rather see Malik Monk in the starting lineup.
See, I think he brings the energy out the bench. You got, like you said, when we're in Atlanta, Smooth, I shouldn't have been started, but I was. You know what I mean? It's just the respect aspect of, okay, we're
Yeah,
going to let him
but
play, and then
okay,
boom, we're
but
going to finish with the other guys.
but you had defensive guys that helped you on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
offensively, you still was a starter. So he he doesn't have those defensive guys behind him as anchors to be able to be like, hey, look, DeRozan, you can take the night off for real, for real. You can lean on that screen a little bit. I guard you, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like
See, but with
And
Monk
Mike,
is the
though.
only person coming off the bench now.
everybody gets patience, man. Everybody gets patience. Why is it like Sacramento is not a fucking pressure market where we gotta win now. So why
It's
did
not.
they fire him? Like it's
I'll
not
say this.
Boston, it's not the Lakers.
Mike,
13
you
and 17,
you
bro.
you've been around. You around that team, so we don't have to get into the ins and outs and everything that you've been here. We don't have to do that because some information is privy to only you and that organization. You understand what I'm saying? But when he went out and when he was saying we don't foul, right? And your star player is the guy that fouled somebody, then it's almost like throwing a guy under the bus
But
without
so
throwing
what,
him.
Eddie?
No, but
Like,
what I'm saying is, I agree with you. Listen, what I'm trying to say.
okay,
I'm
okay,
not
okay,
Give
saying.
me
okay.
what happened? Tell me what happened?
So what happened was, it was at the end of the game, they was down by
No,
3.
they're up 3.
They were up
Kings are
3.
up
Excuse
3.
me, they're up 3. A corner shot. Mike Brown says, "We not fouling. We not even contesting a 3." De'Aaron
Right.
Fox runs out to the corner, contests the 3, gets an and one, and they lose the game.
Oh yeah,
And then he
against
comes
Detroit,
into
right?
the
Was it who
Yeah,
was
yeah,
team? Yeah,
Detroit.
yeah, Detroit, yeah.
De'Aaron Fox. And then he comes into the press conference, said, "I said we do not contest any threes. At worst case scenario, we're going to overtime." So that's almost like throwing your guy under the bus. Now, I'm not saying that that's right
But
or that's
would you
wrong.
feel like so
I feel
would you have rather somebody question the coach's decision on why that play happened?
No, I don't care either which way, because you know what I mean, that ain't what I'm rolling with. I'm saying that this is the issue, is that it has to be something that has already been brewing for that statement to get you fired. When if that statement that you said, "Hey man, we're not contesting any threes," and then you go out and say, "Hey man, I said clearly we not contesting threes. This is
I
what's
know the
going down." I feel like from there, there's some internal things that they just not feeling him. You know what I mean?
I
And
know
when your star players,
The Denver coach tore that organization a new one though.
Yeah,
who was
yeah.
that?
Was
Yeah.
it
Mike Malone.
Mike Malone
But
tore
he
them
he he probably has the
he
backing
said the
of
same he said the
Jokic.
same guy that fired him
Yep.
fired
Yep.
Mike. So
Right.
he understands how bad the organization. I don't know.
Smooth.
Right.
You know.
I was in Sacramento when they fired Mike, and that was unjust as well. And so we talk about the kids, but it's the adults and the leaders. They lack patience. You know what I'm saying? They want it right now. And the same thing we see in our kids at the AAU level. You know what I'm saying? So
But it's been a long
it's not
time
the
over
kids.
there. It's been a
We
long
talking
time over
about
here.
can we talk about Rudy Gobert? Can we talk about Zion Williams? Can we
Yeah,
talk about him a little bit? Can
yeah,
we?
yeah, yeah.
I just want to know
Oh,
y'all thoughts
well,
about
hey,
that. I
hey,
want to know
hey,
y'all
go
thoughts
off,
about that.
go
Okay.
ahead, talk about it, because
What's your
I
thoughts
mean,
about it? I mean,
you got something to say.
I got backlash for it. People was calling me hater and all this stuff when they was talking about how Cody was gonna be coming out of high school. I'm like, man, where in the NFL or the NBA?
See, but look,
I'm just,
they enable him to do that because now you're hurt. You're not
but you
playing
got
because
the
you're out of
head coach.
shape.
You got the head coach looking bad though.
But what
He
I'm
ain't even
saying,
giving Willie an
it's the
opportunity to do something.
it's the
Yeah.
management because you play a certain amount of games, barely play, and then they
That's the
give you a
key.
max.
That's the key,
5 years,
Mike.
200 something. You still getting
But they
$50 million
probably,
a year.
do you feel like they did that because they made a mistake at drafting him so high? Because
I don't think
sometimes
so. I think
organizations
they.
do that
I,
though. Because
I don't think that smooth. I think that when because a lot of times you don't have to double down on bullshit. Okay, you don't have to double down on bullshit. And when you're a
yeah, that's
billionaire,
true.
you able to do whatever you want to do. You make your moves how you want to make your moves. They know that Zion sells tickets, right? No matter what, Zion Williamson is gonna have people in the stands hoping that he gets a fast break dunk or he dunks on somebody or something like that. No matter if he's at home or if he's on the
New
road.
Orleans Pelicans ain't bringing no fans in,
Hey, you know what though? This
with
the
or
thing though,
without
and
him in
it all
the
starts with the
states.
organization. It all starts up top, okay? And we were just talking about the Sacramento Kings, right? You start firing coaches and letting guys go. You start letting the players run the organization. For the most part, when you look at great organizations, when I say great organizations, it's only a handful of them. It's a
Yeah,
lot of good ones, and
yeah,
then it's a lot of bad ones. And the bad
'cause
ones allow
they fired
management.
Mike Brown and Doug Christie's the intern. Like I know that Mike Brown didn't bring Doug Christie in.
Nope.
You
No,
get
he
what I'm
didn't.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
like I'm looking at Mike Brown. I'm like, if I'm Mike Brown, like, damn, y'all been trying to get me up out there, motherfucker. You
Shit.
know what I'm saying? Like, damn, at least have one of my guys that I brought in at least standing up.